several years I've had gay men come up to me and ask me to start a gay men's chorus. And at the time, I was a high school teacher and I was very busy, and I had a lot of extracurricular stuff to do, so I really didn't have time to do a choir. But I retired. And after I retired, some of the same people and some different people came to me and said, we should have a gay men's chorus. And I said, that's a great idea now that I'm retired. So I went to Clark, Brian, and I said, let's start a gay men's chorus. And he said, great, that sounds like a great idea. We can use his spaces. He had some space available for rehearsal and performance, and he's also a hell of a good piano player. So we decided to go ahead with this, put the word out. And as soon as I started putting the word out, I had people responding who didn't fit into the category of gay, and they wanted to try to be a part of it as well. So we broadened the name and we called it Pride Men's Chorus.
Show should be more pretty. Show should be more witty. Show should be more. What's the word? Gay. Exactly.
I've sang in a lot of choirs, church choirs. I sang in the Fanshawe Choir for a number of years, and I just enjoy singing. I think it affects the community in a really positive way. I think it's something that there was a vacancy there in the community, not only in the gay, but maybe the straight community as well, and it's something that we're adding to the general community in a way that other people just have never done before. And so it's kind of really a positive experience. It's kind of the highlight of my week.
Originally, it was just going to sort of be a choir that sings a bunch of fun songs for men. And just shortly after we started, we had that terrible incident in June of 2016, where there was Orlando, the massacre in Orlando. And we decided to put together, Clark decided to put together a vigil. And we realized at that point that we had a function, and we sang at that vigil, and it was mind-boggling. The effect that the choir singing at that particular event, people were in tears, and people were, we hit their heartstrings, and it was a wonderful experience, and it helped us so much. And all of a sudden, we were a community organization, even before we had our first concert. Then we had our concert during Pride of the first year, and that concert, again, we just realized we were part of an organization that had a social function, and it was important. And so that's basically our start. And we've been going there ever since. We've been going in that direction ever since. We now recognize that we are important to the community as a whole.
The choir is very busy, relaxing, chilling here. This is the green room, and you should leave. You're not welcome.
I heard about the chorus through the Aeolian. I've been a volunteer there for 6 years, and I've recently joined the staff, actually. I heard them at the vigil for the Orlando massacre, which was a sad night, but I thought, wow, I've never sung in a choir before. I have no real musical training, but it seemed like a good fit for me, and so I joined in September of last year. So I've been with the chorus since then.
So I think the thing I'd like to start out talking about is the the meaning of the undertaking, having a Pride Men's Chorus as opposed to a Gay Men's Chorus, I think is really speaks to the amount of diversity that can happen in the community. So we're essentially someday wanting to be without a Pride Men's Chorus, that we've all evolved as a species to the point where we don't need to have these micro communities, or if we have them, it's more cultural than anything. It's not needed for the activism that I think is still a huge part of what we can accomplish with Pride Men's Chorus.
I went to the vigil and listened to them perform. The vigil was so packed that there was overflow seating right out onto the streets and in the garden area. And I was sitting in the garden area with a variety of other people, and I was just listening, and I was so moved. And I had heard that this was their first performance, that they were pressed into service before they before their first planned performance was ready, and that they had only had a few weeks of practice. And I was so impressed with what they were able to do with that short period of time. I realized I really wanted to be a part of this.
I met Rod. I had always been interested in the chorus, and I saw them in the summer at their first show. And I met Rod at karaoke, where I thought that I was a great singer, and Rod thought that he could make me better. And so I decided to go to rehearsals and see if I liked it. I had the time and the desire, and I think it's also was just one of those really important things that happen in the community. I've enjoyed pride choirs or gay men's choruses from other cities when I've seen them online and seen them in performances on TV, and I just thought it was a really great thing in London. I've always thought it's something that we could handle and sustain here, and was excited that it was working out.
It is very important for the world to see that everyone is pretty much just like everyone else. When you're behind closed doors, you kind of heave a sigh of relief and go, nobody's seeing me right now, and I get to be me. Well, we're all just like that. And if you feel that way, everybody else does too. So relax and enjoy, and let us sing to you and enjoy it, because that's what we're here for.
I was excited to see Pride Men's Chorus London as an opportunity to get involved in something that intersected both music and community, and involvement with the LGBT community, which is really important to me. I think it was just an opportunity to get involved in meeting other men in such a social and educational and mentally stimulating way that really the bringing together of the music and the community was really exciting to me.
There's a lot of work to be done, and although we have the laws here in Canada, we really haven't fought the full battle. We are very lucky to get to where we have with gay marriage and full rights. But I really feel like there are so many people who are so ignorant that really don't understand. And we need to reach out to those people. And I think the choir can really serve as a kind of an ambassador on that level, because music is so universal.
as a trans man, I identify as gay. It's really hard to put into words what it means to feel accepted and a part of something. And when they said, sure, come out the next Sunday and come sing with us, and we'll see, how it goes. And they were just like, yep, you're part of this. And I just felt like I had come home. I've never been, I really can honestly say I've never been happier with any decision I've ever made. It's given me a sense of camaraderie and belonging, and when things are great, you have somebody to share it with, and when things are not great, that you've got this beautiful group of guys who just really care and are there for you, and they're just going to make things feel like they're just not so bad. It's like what family should be. Maybe family's not always like that, but these guys are.
It makes me so proud to be a part of such a fine group of men who are contributing in such a positive way to reinforcing positive images about the LGBT community and about integrating and making us a really strong part of our community.
I think it brings a livelihood and a love of life and a love of people and just so much pride in who we are and what we do. And I think that existed before, but not in the concentrated way it does now.
One of the things I love is the fact that the choir is collaborating with the young people in our El Sistema program. So kids from ages 6 to 17 are singing with the choir, and children, and that intergenerational thing that can happen, I think is magical. And if we peel away at that a little bit, we have kids in the El Sistema program that don't have parents. They for whatever reason, they have no parents. And then we have gay men who came out, in the 70s and the 80s and were ostracized from their kids and their families. So imagine that ability to bring kids and men together with that kind of background and baggage, right? It's got to be something that's going to make a difference. And we've already heard that. We've already heard that, especially from the kids. They're really enjoying that experience.
It definitely transcends age groups, which I think is also really fun. There's probably lots of people, both younger and older, that wouldn't necessarily have a chance or take the opportunity to socialize with each other and get to know each other. And I think that's been really exciting. Getting to know people in the chorus, for example, that had roots in history with Halo in London, and just sort of being, icons of the London scene of 20 or 30 years ago, I think is hugely important for me, and I think it should be for some of the other younger members too.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to get along.
We've done anthems and things that also tell of the fights, the battles, the desire to live in a different world. Where everybody is accepted and nurtured.
Be a part of that world, the world where, regardless of what you look like or who you love, let us entertain you and go out into the world and enjoy it. There's one really special thing that I love that the Pride Men's Chorus has given to me. They've given me an opportunity during my transition to enjoy my voice as I've transitioned. when I started with the chorus, I was a first tenor. And then the second season, I was a second tenor. And then the third season, they put me in baritones for about 5 minutes. And I said, no, I'm pretty much already a bass now. And I've been a bass ever since. While I'm going through my transition, my voice has changed, and they have been very patient and loving and tolerant of how my voice has changed. And it's been great for me, because the best thing for me as my voice has changed has been to sing through the transition. I entered the chorus as a classically trained operatic soprano, but no longer able to sing anything like that. And they didn't care. I mean, pretty much there were frequently, a lot of fry with that moments while I was singing, and it was fine. I do the best that I can, and I've learned to love my voice, where it's going. I'm just so thankful for that opportunity, and they've been really great about it. And hopefully one day I'll get back up to tenor, but what are you going to do?
If there was anything I was going to say about the chorus, I guess in a technical sort of way, I would encourage people to come out even if they don't have stellar singing ability. Certainly I didn't and still don't. And I don't think that you have to. It's not really what it's about. I think that one of the beautiful things about the chorus is you can be a mediocre singer in a sea of great voices and still have a positive impact and still play a part in the community. And I think that's more what it's about. And at the end of the day, the thing that's produced is beautiful. Both the music that we make and the group that we've developed together, I think, is two extraordinary things.
Because of Aeolian Hall, we have this ability to do collaborative performances with other artists or other groups. And I'll mention one two-time Grammy-winning artist, Matt Alber, who is going to be joining us again this summer for a collaborative performance. And Matt is from the LGBTQ community and is quite a social activist himself, and has a wonderful voice and beautiful music. So the inspiration that can happen by bringing in somebody like that to our community to collaborate with our choir is phenomenal. And I know that the guys are really looking forward to that. He'll also be collaborating with the El Sistema program, the kids. So again, just kind of bringing that all together, being able to choreograph experiences with the choir, I think is really phenomenal in terms of our potential. In many parts of the world, they're called gay men's choruses, where we've gone broader than that. But there are festivals of choruses, and I think it would be so fantastic for this conservatively branded city to have a festival of gay choruses someday. I'm really looking forward to that one. Stay tuned, it won't be long. So I thought those are the main things that I'd really like to emphasize. And I think, in terms of the diversity model, we do have participants who are straight, we have transgendered, and we have gay. And we want to reach out even further, though, into our ethnic richness in London and try and get more participants from the diverse communities, because I think it can be this incredible bridge builder to diversity. I think if there's anything that this choir can be, it can be the anthem for diversity in London, Ontario.